Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Village of Bartlett Board meeting for August 19th, 2025. I ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Betterman?
Here.
Daney?
Here.
Gansey?
Here.
Hopkins?
Here.
Laporte?
Here.
Swansky? Here. President Gunstein.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance if you're able. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. That takes us to our town hall portion. If anybody would like to address the board, please do so by filling out the form and handing it to the clerk. Please try to keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. And
Bob Bucaro?
okay.
Charles Wagner?
Right here, at the podium.
Right at the podium there.
Okay, good evening. Chuck and Sarah Wagner. Can you hear me?
So is it lit?
Good evening. Chuck and Sarah Wagner, 124 Cheviot Drive. This is about above-ground pools and fences. February of this year, my wife and I were looking at purchasing an above-ground swimming pool. We went to 3 different places, and we're looking at pools of 52 and 54 inches tall. I asked if they would need a fence because they were so tall. All 3 places said the same thing, that the pool manufacturer allows the wall to be the barrier. Illinois does not require it, but check with your local authority. I stopped at the Bartlett office and asked the clerk about the need for a fence because the pool is 52 inches high. I showed her the 2018 International Swimming Pool and Spa Code, section 305-5 that Bartlett follows. She checked with somebody and came back and said that because the pool wall was higher than 48 inches, I would not need a fence. Went home and told my wife to order the pool. On 3/10 of 2025, we ordered the pool. Got a contractor to handle the install of the pool and electrical. On April 23, 2025, he submitted for a building permit. On the form, there was a question: is there or will there be a fence? And it was answered no. On May 27, 2025, permit B 25-369 was issued, had the pool installed. On July 3rd, a rough inspection, electrical inspection that passed, but I was informed that we needed a 48-inch high fence. Had I been told we needed a fence, the pool would not be where we put it. The fence does not fit between the pool and the deck without having to step into the flower bed to get to the garden hose or use a storage bed for the pool supplies. I cannot understand why we need a 48-inch high fence to protect a 52-inch high pool and would ask for a waiver of the fence requirement. Please let us know when and how I will be notified of your decision. Thank you for your time in this matter.
Thank you, Charles. Christy, can you get with Charles on that to see what we can do?
Yeah, I'll give you my card. We can talk about it. There's an administrative process that you can go through to have that reviewed.
Mike Riskies?
Hi, I'm Mike Reiskis, 310 West North Avenue in Bartlett resident for 32 years. And I feel like I'm kind of a coming attraction, opening act, standing in the way of the band here. So I'll try to keep this very brief. The reason I'm speaking to the board, and thank you, is about the traffic on North Avenue. I would imagine most of the board members are aware of the situation. Want to start out by recognizing and thanking Bartlett Police, particularly Kyle Rabaski and Brian Simone, and I also spoke with our new Chief Conway briefly at National Night Out. I know there's been a significant effort in enforcement around the trucks. They've been doing a good job keeping us informed. They're bringing in additional signage, increasing fines, more police officers are qualified to pull trucks over, and there's an upcoming enforcement blitz. So all those things are great. Unfortunately, we're still getting a ton of trucks. I would say we probably had 20 illegal trucks today, if you count box trucks, maybe more. We're still getting 15,000 cars a week, and that's not great at the moment because of the reconstruction. It is down just a little bit. But what I'd like to get from the board out of this, and I want to keep it as brief as I can because of the size of the crowd here, is the acknowledgement that there's a problem on the street. 4 years ago now, we had a bump out put up. And that bump out was helping a little bit, but it was vandalized. Shortly after it was put in on 10/1/21 at 8:26 p.m. actually. It was cut down 4 years ago. It's never been put up. It's kind of a neutered response. But what I'd like to get briefly from the board is, do we acknowledge there's a problem? You don't have to answer me right now, but it's not a rhetorical question. And if there is a problem, we need to figure out how we can fix it. And if it's not a problem, I'd like to continue to try to prove that it is a problem, but I'd like to put my efforts in the right place. I could show video all night that you guys might find very entertaining of all the traffic and speeding and reckless driving on our street in addition to the trucks. So I'm going to leave it there just to make sure I keep it pithy and under 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mike. I will tell you, I think we all up here have been talking about North Avenue traffic and Western Avenue for quite some time. So I also commend the police department for their efforts to mitigate it, and we start one process and we go to the next process, and hopefully we can cut the traffic down. I mean, is it county involved in any of that?
Yeah, we just got notification this week that Cook County is putting up the signs that were required or requested. So we had those signs up this week. And we'll be getting our
Okay. Thank you, Chief.
Can I add one thing? Traffic calming is something we'd like to consider. And I know that it requires a 66% of people involved in a petition to get traffic calming, but I can't figure out what "of people involved" means. If it just means the streets involved, I could have that to you in the morning. But something else to consider would be calming either Speed Hills, which Elgin has and Chicago has, which can be plowed over, or another bump out. And with that, I'm going to leave you with that thought to let everyone get on with.
I appreciate it, Mike. We'll continue to dive into other solutions and try to get that mitigated continually.
I would just like to add, 'cause it's both from Bartlett Road and from Western, correct?
Yeah, it's
It's from both ways. And you have sent, he sent videos to we all received it. And then just like to really kind of pound in there that the trucks aren't even supposed to be going down there. We're not just talking about people speeding, but this is illegal truck traffic going through there. And I know we did try that. And I guess all I would ask is, like, I get that we have signage coming and enforcement, but Chief Conway, it does feel like we've been talking about this for a long time, that it, to me, does seem like we need to look at the traffic calming or something like those routes again, so the trucks can't go down there.
We can help Mike work through that process of the 66 approval from the
Okay.
neighborhood. We can certainly help him do that.
Okay.
that would be fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Teresa Materna?
Hi, Teresa Materna, 329 West North Avenue. And again, I'm not going to reiterate a whole lot of what Mike just went through, but I've been doing this and before the board since at least October of 2018. It goes back that far. It wasn't the truck traffic as much then as it was cars making a right turn or going from northbound Western onto eastbound North Avenue. That's what got me started on this years ago. So it's been going on over 7 years. Not a whole lot has been done. It shouldn't take a board 7 years to come up with a permanent solution or a fix for this. I appreciate all the help the police have done. Their enforcement has been great. I have no qualms as far as that goes. And I'll kind of back up a little bit. I've been a Bartlett resident since 1994, so I've been, I don't know, was it 32, 33 years I've been here in town. And I just happened to be in Elgin today for a different reason. And they do have a, in their downtown area, they have a traffic hump, not a bump, but a traffic hump that is longer, takes cars more to go over. And I just happened to be there for a different reason. And cars don't have a problem going over it. I didn't see any issues with that. And it's just very frustrating when you've been trying to do something for this many years without some type of a solution somewhere. I don't want to be the squeaky wheel who's up here the rest of my life, because that's not something I want to do. We've been working with Mike on sending him texts every time we see trucks. That's not what I want to do. I want to go out and enjoy my yard. I want to do my yard work, be with my dogs, eat my dinner without having to sit and count trucks, because that's how often they go by. We've had traffic studies done in the past, and I believe the one traffic study done several years ago, they had 44,000 cars going by on that street in one direction in 1 week. And that's just, I think, unacceptable on a residential street. I mean, I know we're a busier residential street, but getting something done permanently, I think, is really going to make a big difference in so many ways. We've actually had one car recently that comes by on a regular basis that cuts people off and bypasses people and things like that. So it's just not a safe situation out there. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Teresa.
I just want the board to know, I know Adam's been here with me and Renee, but that intersection has not been neglected by this village. We've tried numerous solutions to improve that, and you know, we've even tried bump outs and whatnot. So we'll take a look at it, but at that, you know, I'm getting the impression that, you know, you're getting the opinion that we're neglecting that intersection, and it's not the case. It's been we've discussed that at numerous times, and we've tried numerous things, and we'll continue to move forward. Thank you.
Would anybody else like to address the board? Please do so by stepping up to the podium, state your name and your address for the record.
Hi, first time here. My name is Frank Cerullo. It's a little overwhelming, so bear with me. I'm a resident here. I own a home in Westridge for 16 years.
What's your address there?
220 Burton.
220 what?
Burton Drive. So myself and a lot of neighbors were wondering, how would we go about obtaining permission to drive golf carts throughout the neighborhood just of Westridge, if that's even possible. We have a lot of interest in the neighborhood, and there are other cities throughout the state that issue permits, so you know the city can make money on that as well. And you know, obviously they'd have to follow regulations like seatbelts and turn signals, but I was wondering if that's even a possibility to do.
To be honest with you, you're the first person that's ever asked.
Is that the truth?
I have no idea what our code stipulates for that. I would ask you to please get with our staff and figure out if there's a path for that. And they'll lay out the process of doing that, and maybe with our police department as well, so.
I tried that today, so the village couldn't help me, then they transferred me to the police department, and then they told me to come here tonight to ask, so that's why I'm here.
Well, I would
That's
say,
because we don't have anything that allows it. So the board would have to take action to allow it.
yeah, so I guess we would have to have a discussion about that request at a later date. But
Okay.
like I said, this is the first time we've been asked for that, but it's something we can definitely look into.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Anybody else who'd like to address the board? Please do so by stepping up to the podium. State your name and address. Anybody?
I like your shirt.
My name is Michael Liata. I live at 1900 Howell Lane in Hanover Park. My concern is we have a strong issue with Schick Road where on a regular basis, there's been a lot of roadkill. I have pictures on my phone where a buck, a male deer, has been killed on that highway, and that isn't the first time. The same week, at the end of that week, 2 raccoons have gotten killed. The babies were laying outside the mother's stomach. I have seen raccoons, squirrels, and one of the reasons is one, poor lighting in that street. People drive too fast down Schick Road, and that's between County Farm and Route 59. And because there's no street lights, they're driving faster than the area allows, okay? They also drag race down that road. I can hear them from my house in my bedroom at night with those cars drag racing. Now, that's not the only concern I have about the animals. That's the forest preserve on the other side of the Bartlett High School. Okay, and that's mostly where the animals are getting killed. The thing I have a concern about is, when are we going to do something before one of the kids from the high school gets killed or gets hit because somebody loses control of a car and runs into a bunch of kids that are on the track team running along Schick Road, especially in the winter months when it gets darker outside and these people are driving too darn fast and possibly kill one of these kids that go to this school. Now, I'd like to see something done about it. This is the first time I've gone to one of these meetings. I've been a semi-driver for 25 years, and I've seen some accidents that would just make you cry, okay? Now, I have been in this area since 1962. I have seen this development grow. I've seen other towns grow. Glendale Heights used to be called Green Hills before it wanted to become part of the Glen Ellen community. I used to go to the old Marquardt School that used to be on the corner of Army Trail and Glen Ellen Road. And this used to be all cornfield or prairie. So I know this area very well. I have never seen as much roadkill in my life as I have seen on Schick Road, and I'd like to see something done about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. We'll get with Public Works to see what the light situation is out there, and we'll take a look at that.
You can ask Public Works, because I had called them to have them remove those animals off the highway.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Now, that's costing the village money to have somebody go out there and pick these dead animals up. And they don't deserve to be killed because somebody is reckless.
Okay. Thank you very much. Anybody else in the audience that'd like to address the board? Please do so by stepping up to the podium and state your name and address.
Hello, my name is Teresa Kuhl. I'm at 316 West North Avenue. I'd like to reiterate everything that Mike and Teresa has said already about the traffic situation on North and Western, but I would like to directly address what you said, because yes, there's absolute acknowledgement that the board, the police department, people have tried to deal with the traffic situation, but the only thing that has been effective was the bump out. And several neighbors were upset about it, and that's why it was vandalized, because it worked. It slowed people down. It forced them to stop at the stop sign, let other traffic proceed in a proper and appropriate manner. And it is completely ridiculous in my mind that the village and the police department are willing to allow a vandal to dictate the safety of our streets. I don't have children, but there are a lot of children in this neighborhood again. There are babies, there are toddlers. We've had innumerable semi-truck drivers, box truck drivers, car movers, all illegally driving on our residential streets. We have speeders, we have people that are passing on a residential street because, I'm so sorry, 25 miles an hour is too slow? That's ridiculous. We've had distracted drivers jump the sidewalk, take out street signs. That's how bad the traffic is on North Avenue. And again, just because one vandal was inappropriate and unfortunately not caught, should not stop the efforts to do what is effective and what works. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to address the board? Do we have anybody online?
No, sir.
All right. The town hall is closed. That'll take us to the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and will be enacted in one motion. There will be no separate discussion on those items unless a board member so requests, in which the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered at an appropriate point in the agenda. With that said, would anybody like to add or remove anything from the consent agenda?
Yes, Mr. President, I would like to add item E1 to consent.
E1? Okay. Any discussion on that?
I'd like to add item A1.
A1. Any discussion on adding A1? Nope, okay. All right. Anybody else? That's it? Okay.
Covers
Everything else is on consent. All right, I'll ask the, get a motion to approve the amended consent.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Daney, second by trustee Swansky. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Laporte?
Yes.
Swansky?
Yes.
Betterman?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
Gansey?
Yes.
Hopkins?
Yes.
The motion carries. Can I get a motion to approve the amended consent?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Daney, second by trustee Hopkins. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Swansky?
Yes.
Betterman?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
Gansey?
Yes.
Hopkins? Laporte?
Yes.
That motion carries. All right, which takes us to treasurer's report. Mr. Treasurer?
Mayor, the treasurer's report included in the board packet is for the month of June. Sales tax received in June was for March 2025 and totaled $651,951. This almost doubled our revenue from the prior year, with it being up 92%. Motor fuel tax allotments received for June totaled $152,959, which was down 3% or $4,798 from the prior year. And our state shared income tax received in June totaled $446,092, which was also down from the prior year by 5% or $25,358. That is it for the treasurer's report, unless there's any questions.
Any questions for the treasurer? Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. All right, that takes us to the exciting part of the night. It's, this is the police department show tonight. So I'm happy to report that the appointments and swearing in of the police department has moved to the village board meeting, and that is something new for us. So the floor is yours, Chief Conway.
Good evening. It is my privilege and honor to welcome all of you at today's swearing-in ceremony for the Bartlett Police Department. This is a proud day for our department, our village, and most importantly, the men we are here to recognize. To the family members, friends, and loved ones here today, thank you for being part of this moment. Your support is what will carry these officers through the challenges of training, and it will continue to sustain them as they serve our community. Law enforcement is not an individual journey. It is a commitment shared with those who stand beside us at home, who understand the long hours, the unexpected calls, and the dedication that this profession demands. To our village leaders, Mayor Gunstein, trustees, and the village staff, thank you for your continued support and partnership. The trust you place in our department allows us to fulfill our mission of keeping Bartlett safe, welcoming, and united. Today is not just a formality, it is a promise. By raising your right hand, each of these officers will take an oath that dates back to the earliest traditions of policing. An oath to serve with integrity, to uphold the Constitution, to protect the innocent, and to act with courage and compassion in every situation. For our new officers, I want you to remember, This badge is more than a symbol of authority. It is a symbol of trust. Every resident, business owner, and visitor you encounter will judge not just you, but the entire Bartlett Police Department. Every decision, big or small, has the power to build trust or erode it. Our standard is simple. We will always choose the path that strengthens our community's faith in us. This profession will challenge you. There will be moments that test your patience, your resolve, and even your heart. But you will also experience the incredible reward of making a difference in someone's life, sometimes in ways you will never forget, and sometimes in ways you may never know. Our culture here in Bartlett is one of service, professionalism, and connection. We don't just respond to calls. We build relationships, solve problems, and stand beside our residents in both good times and in hard. We call it the Bartlett way. That is what sets us apart, and that is the legacy you are now a part of. To our officers being sworn in today, welcome to the Village of Bartlett family. We are proud of you, and we are excited to see the positive impact you will make. At this time, I'd like to ask Emery Akil to come forward. Emery attended high school in Turkey and obtained his bachelor's degree from Kirkcaldy. Is that how you pronounce the university? Kirkcaldy, okay, my apologies. Kirkcaldy University, also in Turkey, where he studied political science and public administration. Emery is an airman, first class with the United States Air Force, and will be attending the Suburban Law Enforcement Academy on September 1st. He is supported by his friends and family, and here in the crowd with him tonight is Emery's girlfriend, Alina. Emery will now be sworn in as a Bartlett Police Department by Village Clerk Lorna Gillis. It is my pleasure to introduce Officer Emery Akil, badge number 134. I'd like to ask Mr. Irvin Ocampo to please come forward. Oh, wait, one more picture. Sorry. Mr. Irvin Ocampo, come on up. Irvin attended high school at Prospect High School and obtained an associate's in applied science degree from Harper College in law enforcement and justice administration. Irvin will also be attending the Suburban Law Enforcement Academy on September 1st. He is here supported by his friends and family, and here with him tonight is Irvin's father, Jose, his mother, Lucilia, brother, Axel, and girlfriend, Galia. Irvin will now be sworn in as a Bartlett Police Department by Village Clerk Lorna Gillis.
I, Irvin Ocampo, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution
It is my pleasure to introduce Officer Irvin Ocampo, badge number 135.
There are two more. Yeah, that's it. Sure, sure, absolutely.
We're going out there, right?
Come on, Laura.
Thank you guys for your time. We really appreciate you guys coming. Everyone else is going to stand back and they can take pictures in the back, and I know they're going to have a department tour, so thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chief Conway. And that will conclude our first appointments at Village Hall in this room during our board meeting, so
That's amazing.
it's awesome. All right, next up is National Night Out Citizens and Business Award presentation, and I will turn it over to Officer Milos.
Thanks, Mayor. All right, so every year the Bartlett Police Department honors citizens, businesses, and organizations that go above and beyond helping our community. Over this past year, we have had several deserving National Night Out Star Award nominations. These nominations were narrowed down, and we are proud to announce the following award winners. For our Community Spirit Award, we would like to invite the Bartlett High School's girl and boys golf teams up over here in front of us. Come on, golf team.
Get some lessons.
So the golf teams have become a huge help over the past several years at our National Night Out family golf event. Members of both teams volunteered their time and golf expertise to help us run this free community event. The students always show up with a positive attitude, a great work ethic, and are so friendly with all of the event attendees. We absolutely love having the golf teams out there because this event would not run as smoothly as it does without your help. Thank you again to the golf teams of Bartlett High School, the boosters, and the coaches. Congratulations on being this year's National Night Out Community Star Award recipients.
First, I would like to call up for our first Citizen Star Award, Annabella Gutierrez. It takes a special person to see another student in need and go the extra distance to make sure that student receives help. Without getting into too many details, last spring at Bartlett High School, there was a student having a crisis in the bathroom and wanting to harm herself. Annabella happened to walk into the bathroom, and instead of ignoring the situation, she managed to coax the student out of the bathroom and encouraged her to go with her to the social worker's office to get help. Annabella never left the other student's side until she knew she was safe and receiving care from the social worker and myself. Afterwards, Annabella told me that she had never even met the girl before, but recognized she was in a crisis and knew getting her to a trusted adult was the right thing to do. I am so proud to announce this year's first Citizen Star Award winner is Annabella Gutierrez.
That's pretty amazing.
I would next like to call up Bartlett High School teacher Ryan Fisher. Last spring, there was an incident at Bartlett High School where 8 students physically attacked one sole student in the gymnasium. The dean's office staff and I were immediately called via radio, but obviously it takes a few minutes for us to come from other areas of the school. The situation was handled, however, upon reviewing video footage of the incident, I couldn't help but be very impacted by the actions of Mr. Fisher. Seeing that this one student was being brutally attacked by the group, Mr. Fisher, without hesitation, immediately jumped into the fray and covered the victim's body with his own. Mr. Fisher took several hits and kicks to his own body, which were directed at the victim. He never once hit back, just simply kept the student safe until myself and other staff members arrived to help. Mr. Fisher's quick thinking and selflessness is truly commendable and absolutely saved the victim from being further hurt, even worse that day. I am honored to work alongside Ryan Fisher and to award him our second Citizen Star Award.
And last but not least, we do have a Business Star Award this year. I would like to invite Dee's Treats and Ice Cream to come up over here. Bring the whole crew. For the past several years, Dee's Treats and Ice Cream have truly established themselves as a business who love not only the police department, but the community as a whole. Every event we host, like open house, touch a truck, picnic in the park, Dee's Treats are first to volunteer to attend and support us. You'll also often see their truck at schools in the community, Ignite the Courage fundraisers, and even birthday parties throughout town. Outside of their business supporting so many local events, we have also observed how much Dahlia and Jesse have immersed themselves in the community, whether it's being a part of Bartlett Raiders, marching in the 4th of July parade, or spending time at local festivals and other festivities. The Torres family is always present with a smile, positive attitude, and usually a great big hug. Businesses like Dee's Treats and Ice Cream and the people who run them are what make Bartlett such an amazing community. We are so grateful that they belong in Bartlett with us. Every year, these awards remind us what a difference one individual or organization can make in the lives of many. Thank you to all of you for going above and beyond, and we look forward to celebrating National Night Out again next year with all of you.
Thank you guys for all you guys did and put together for the National Night Out. It was awesome. Went to several block parties and events, and it was a lot of fun. So you guys did a great job. All right, that takes us to questions and answers. Does anybody have any questions for staff?
Yeah, I have a question for staff. Well, actually for the, for staff and the police department. We've been getting inquiries regarding what is the policy in the village for the motorized bikes and also the scooters. And I've been asked, I know I've been asked this, my wife has been asked this, and some of the residents have always said, have told us that they've seen incidents at intersections that could have been disastrous. So I didn't know what to tell them. So do we have a policy for motorized scooters and bikes?
So we follow the state law. E-bikes, scooters must follow the same rules of the road as vehicles do if they are on the road. So they're broken up into 3 different classes, class 1, 2, and 3. Class 3 does require a 16-year-old driver to be 16 years of age. So we do follow the state law in regards to e-bikes and scooters on the roadway. So the state law just is that you have to follow the same rules of the road as a vehicle does in regards to usage of that road.
Well, what about 9 or 10 years old riding these scooters?
So as long as it's not a class 3 bike, then they're okay with that. Yeah. So they have to be 16 years or older, and e-bikes that are class 3 regulated can go up to 28 miles an hour. So as long as it's a class 2 or class 1 pedal bike or scooter, then they are within regulation.
Okay.
That might be something good to put in the trending now, or the Bartlett newsletter.
Okay.
You know, just a basic overview.
We've had it in there. We'll put it again.
Yep.
Is it easy to tell the difference between those classes of bikes?
Just by the basis of the speed and what it can and cannot go. So, I mean, if it's going over 25 miles an hour, you'll know based upon the speed limit if they're exceeding that.
Okay, just because I saw like 6 children cross Main Street at Piper on my way home from work today, and on different types of e-bikes, and they weren't 16 years old. I don't think these children
Right.
were.
No, and that's why I said they can ride them if it's under 28 miles
So
an hour.
trending now, yeah.
Right.
For the newsletter. To put it in the newsletter.
I'm just happy they're not at home playing video games.
Fair enough.
Besides putting that in the newsletter, could we get a copy of that for ourselves also?
State law?
Well, what our policy would be.
Yes, we will.
All right, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Because I'm not sure I understood what you were telling me.
Okay.
So that'd be great. Thanks. That's all I have.
Nothing else?
No, there's no anniversaries.
Oh, okay. Anybody else have any questions for staff?
Would it be possible to investigate the engineering needed to put a permanent bump out on Western and North Avenue? And the cost in that, is that something we could investigate?
Yeah, we can look into that.
Yeah, we can look at, there are a number of products available. Some are temporary. There are a lot of options. We can look at that. But I would also encourage the use of the policy that we actually created because of North Avenue and the residents, not agreeing on what the traffic calming method to be used is. So I would encourage, we can come up with a plan and some options for traffic calming, but I would like to work it through the process that we have so that we get some buy-in from the neighborhood.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
I wanted to say thank you to our police department and Officer Bingham for bringing out Maverick to visit my grandchildren last week. They had a great time. He gave them a little, tutorial about police officer for small children, and they petted Maverick. And anyone in here who has small children, if you haven't had an opportunity to meet Maverick, come on by to the police station and bring your children, and they'll find somebody to bring him out.
Real quick, National Night Out, do you know where we finished, what ranking we had?
I have not heard yet. We have not gotten notification of what place we've ranked.
All right.
Lastly, I just want to personally thank our staff because of the speed that you guys took action on 555 Lake Street.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that we're getting the tanks out of the ground, contamination cleaned up, and we approved the demolition contract today. That's a great path forward and a very fast one. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to see that. That thing's been an eyesore for 12 plus years. So thank you guys. All right, if anybody has any more questions? he can wait till the next town hall.
All right, perfect. Yep.
All right, that'll take us to the standing committee reports. We have none, so in lieu of calling everybody out, we will move on to new business. Anybody have any new business they'd like to talk about?
Are we going to talk about golf carts at a committee meeting sometime?
Golf carts?
Yeah.
For neighborhoods?
Oh, for neighborhood, oh, yeah.
They're prohibited generally.
Okay.
There is a provision that allows a municipality to decide if you want to allow them. I have only seen that in smaller communities. I haven't seen it in northern Illinois and the suburbs. You can look at it. You have to make findings that it's not going to be dangerous, that you can, there's not traffic concerns, and then there's a host of regulations that the golf cart has to meet to even be operated on the street.
Do we have a huge problem in our community with golf carts currently? Like, do people like get pulled over frequently, or?
No.
What is it? People use them and it's kind of like an unwritten rule that if you're like driving a golf cart, no one's going to give you a ticket?
I've never seen anybody driving.
I think
I've used the
I've
golf
only
cart
seen
from
people when they bring it
Bartlett
from
to
like
my
the lake house and then they have it for a while.
I think we can just continue to talk about it, figure out if it lines up with the scooter law or what it, what it lines up with, so.
And I'd like to add mini bikes to that too.
All right, any other new business?
What direction on e-bikes?
The e-bikes, we just want a copy of the policy. I was just saying that maybe
Okay.
we can look to see if the golf carts fall under that same state statute, the state law.
Sure, we can prepare a memo for you on golf carts. And
Okay.
e-bikes.
Any questions? Anything else?
Real quick, how's North Avenue coming along?
The paving wrapped up, and last I heard at the end of last week, they're going to try to landscape this week and stripe it next week. So it should be wrapped up here in the next couple weeks.
Thank you.
All right, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Moved by trustee Daney, second by trustee Hopkins. Bannerman. Ask the clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Betterman?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
Gansey?
Yes.
Hopkins?
Yes.
Laporte?
Yes.
Swansky?
Yes.
The motion carries. We are adjourned.